Hello student, welcome again in my next video. In the last two video, we have discussed about the solution of linear equation in one variable by some method. That is, first method was simultaneous operation on both sides, and the second method was transposition method. By these two methods, we have solved many questions, and I hope you also work hard on these two methods at your home. If you did not do any question before this, then I am requesting you, please open your book and try to solve the question that are given in your book, because without practice you cannot solve any question. So I hope after seeing this video, you will try to solve the question from your book. Here we now try to solve some questions which are also solvable by these two methods. But the question is few different, because here we will solve those questions which have all term are of fraction type. So let us start. Here we can see a question in which we can see all the terms are in fraction. So if we see that the given problem is 2x upon 3 minus 3 upon 2 is equal to x upon 2 plus 1 upon 3. I will show you to solve this question by both two methods. That is, first method was simultaneous operation method, and the second, that is alternate method, which is transposition method. So let's see its solution. Solution method first, that is simultaneous operation. Now let's see. Okay, now let's see. In order to solve the linear equation by simultaneous operation method, we separate the variable quantity in the linear equation. So, in order to solve this, first we have to add 3 upon 2 on the both sides, because here we can see that there is minus 3 upon 2. After adding 3 upon 2, it becomes 0, and then we have. So, first write adding 3 upon 2 on both sides. We get 2x upon 3 minus 3 upon 2 plus 3 upon 2 is equal to x upon 2 plus 1 upon 3 plus 3 upon 2. This implies 2x upon 3 minus plus 0. So we get is equal to x upon 2 plus, when we solve this, we get 2 plus 9 upon 6. This is the simple fraction. We get this. This implies that 2x upon 3 is equal to x upon 2 plus 11 upon 6. Again we see, here we can see that both side, that is left hand side and the right hand side, both sides have variable quantity. So from the right hand side, we remove this variable quantity. by this method. Here we subtracting x upon 2 on both sides. We have 2x upon 3 minus x upon 2 is equal to x upon 2 minus x upon 2 plus 11 upon 6. This become cancel out and it will be subtracted. We get 2 2s are 4x minus 3x upon 2 3s are 6 is equal to 11 upon 6. We get 4x minus 3x is equal to x upon 6 is equal to 11 upon 6. 6 become cancel out on the both sides. Then we get x is equal to 6, which is the required solution of the given problem by simultaneous operation method. From this method, we get our solution that is x is equal to 6. Now, let's solve this question by transposition method. So, let's see again. I hope there is no problem in this method. Now, we will try to solve this question by transposition method. The transposition method is very simple method and very short method, and this is the time saving method. I hope you would like transposition method also. So let's start. Method second, transposition method. The given question is, write down here, given 2x upon 3 minus 3 upon 2 is equal to x upon 2 plus 1 upon 3. Here we transfer the variable quantities on the left hand side and the constant quantity on the right hand side. In the last video, I gave you some rule to solve linear equation in one variable by transposition method. We follow the first rule. The first rule was the term having the positive sign on the other side become in negative side when it cross the equal. Similarly, when negative sign goes to the right hand side become in the positive sign. And all the terms having variable quantity we transfer on the left hand side and the constant quantity on the right hand side. And if all the term goes to the other side, then each term changes its sign. So let's see. First we write 2x upon 3. Here x upon 2 is with positive sign. So when it goes to the left hand side, it will become negative and we get minus x upon 2. And this is equal to 1 upon 3 will remain as such. So we write 1 upon 3. And here we can see that 3 upon 2 is with negative sign. So when it crosses the border, it becomes positive sign and we get 3 upon 2. Again, solve it. When we solve, we get, this is the LCM 6, 2 2s are 4, x minus 3 multiplied by x is equal to 3x, and this is equal to, here we can also see that its LCM becomes 6 and 2 1 are 2 plus 3 3 are 9. We get again 4x minus 3x is equal to x. We get x upon 6 is equal to 2 plus 9 upon 6. We get 11 upon 6. 6 and 6 we can cancel out and we get x is equal to 11. Answer. Here you can see that from the both method the answer is being saved. So here you need not to check our solution that is right or not. If you want instead of this to check the solution, then you can do. Now let's see how we check the solution. I will see you once. Check. Put x is equal to 11 in the given problem, that is this. So right here 2 multiplied by x. Put x is equal to 11, that is 2 multiplied by 11 upon 3 is minus 3 upon 2 will remain as such is equal to x upon 2. Put 11 in the place of x, we get 11 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3. And when we solve it, 11 to the 22 upon 3 minus 3 upon 2 is equal to, this is equal to 11 upon 2 plus 1 upon 3. When we solve it, 22 to the 44 minus 3 to the 9 upon 2 to the 6 is equal to 11 3 the 33, 2 1 the 2, 33 minus 2 upon 6. 6 and 6 cancel out. 44 minus 9, what? 35. And 33 plus 2 is equal to 35. This shows left hand side is equal to right hand side. That makes our solution is true. I hope you get both methods of the problem. So now let's see another question. If you have any doubt in the solution, whatever I explained on the in the video, then you can go to the comment section and comment in which step you have problem. I will clear your doubt in the next video. Now let's see the next question. Also, I always try to use simple language that you don't have any problem. Instead of this, if you have any problem in the language, you can comment for this. I will try my best. Now let's see the next question. M upon 8 minus 1 upon 2 is equal to M upon 6 minus 2. I will solve this question also by both methods. First method, that is the simultaneous operation method. So the solution, first method, first, that is the simultaneous method. So given m upon 8 minus 1 upon 2 is equal to m upon 6 minus 2. This is the given equation. Now, in order to remove minus 1 upon 2, we have to add 1 upon 2 on the both sides. So this implies, first write adding 1 upon 2 on both sides. We get m upon 8 minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 is equal to m upon 6 minus 2 plus 1 upon 2. This implies that m upon 8 minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 becomes 0. So leave as it is, and here we get m upon 6 and minus half goes from 2. We get 3 upon 2. Again we see that both side contain m. So from one side we want to remove the variable quantity, that is from the right hand side. So in order to remove m upon 2, we subtract m upon 2 from the both side. We get subtracting m upon 2 on both sides. We get m upon 8 minus m upon 2 is equal to m upon 2 minus 3 upon 2 minus m upon 2. And this is equal to, this becomes m minus 8 minus m upon 2. We get, when solve it, we get, this is the LCM, 8 1 are 8, and we get m minus 4m is equal to m minus m upon 2 is cancel out with minus m upon 2 and we get minus 3 upon 2. This implies minus 3 m upon 8 is equal to minus 3 upon 2. Minus and minus become cancel out. This implies that 3m upon 8 is equal to 3 upon 2. Here we see that m is the variable which causes 3 upon 8, which is the constant quantity. Further, we want to remove 3 upon 8 in order to separate the variable m. For this, we have to multiply the reciprocal of 3 upon 8, that is 8 upon 3. So write multiply by 8 upon 3 on both sides. So see here on the both sides when multiplied by 8 upon 3, we get 3 upon 8 into m multiplied by 8 upon 3 is equal to 3 upon 2 multiplied by 8 upon 3. 8 cancel out by 8, 3 cancel out by 3. Here 3 cancel out by 3 and 2 1 ja 2, 2 4 ja 8. This implies the value of m is equal to 4. I hope it is clear. But instead of this, if you have any problem, then let's see from this step. Here we can see that the variable m contains 3 upon 8, which is the constant quantity. And in the simultaneous operation method, we know that we have to isolate the variable m, so we need to separate this. How we will do this? Here we can see that this is the 3 upon 8. So we can see that we know that when a fraction is multiplied by its reciprocal gives 1. So we know that the reciprocal of 3 upon 8 is 8 upon 3. So here we have multiplied 3 upon 8 into m by 8 upon 3 in this step. And when we solve it, we get the value of m is equal to 4. Now we will solve this question by the transposition method. Now let's see by the transposition method. The transposition method is very easy method, and in this method we do this solution. we transfer the term which have m like this, m upon 8. It is the positive m upon 8. When it goes to the left side, it becomes negative. So we get minus m upon 6 is equal to minus 2, and this is the minus 1 upon 2. When it goes to the right hand side, it becomes positive. So we get plus 1 upon 2. This implies that when we solve this, we get 8 3 are 24 is its LCM, and 8 3 are 24. This is